Hey guys, Mark here. I hope you're doing well, and I am bringing you another video on tying Turk's head bracelets. This time we're going to do the 3-pass or 3-color gaucho fan knot bracelet. It took me quite a few attempts at this video because I just wasn't pleased with how they were turning out, so I made like 3 or 4 bracelets before I was happy with the tutorial. I hope it will serve well for you, and if you have any questions, please post them down below. For this project, we're going to use type 1 paracord, and you're going to need to tie a base knot of 3 bights, which I will post a link to below before you start this project. So with this said, let's get into it. So here you can see my 3 bight long Turk's head that we're going to use to interweave. I'm going to attach a second color, which is this yellow cord, onto the left side of our standing end. So like this. We're now going to start our first pass, which will be to follow our standing end of the first color. So all we're going to do is follow the standing end of our first color all the way to the right side. Once we have reached the right side, we exit with an over one, so we're going to re-enter with an under one. So under one, then over one, and at which point we're going to come to a pair of 2 cords. This is a pair, and we're going to simply continue our over-under sequence, but we're going to ignore the yellow color. So the other color, which we are using for the interweave, we're just going to ignore it and continue over-under. And since we go over, we're going to go over 2, then under, then over, which splits a pair, and then under. It takes a bit of getting used to, but all you're doing is going over under and ignoring the second color. So over 2, then under, then over, under 2, and so on. Continue this all the way to the left side of the knot, so we have exited the knot on the left side with an over 2. So we're going to re-enter with an under. So under 1, over 1. Then we're going to need to go under 2 in order to split a pair. We're going to split this pair here. So we're going to go under 2 to split it. Then go over, under, over 2 to split a pair. Then under 1, over 1, under 2 to split a pair. So just continue splitting pairs all the way up to your right side of the knot, and we're going to pick up our knot tying from there. On the right side, we again exit with an over one. So we're going to re-enter with an under one. So under one. And then we immediately have a pair to split. So this is one pair, and then we have another one. And we're going to split these two pairs by going over one, under two, and then over two, again ignoring the yellow cord. Then under one, which splits a pair. Then over two, which splits another pair. And under two. Then over, that splits, and under two, that again splits a pair. As you can see, all we're doing is splitting pairs and keeping an over one, under one sequence. So we have reached the left side again, and we're going to re-enter the knot. Since we exited with an over two, we're going to re-enter with an under one. So under one, and then we have a bunch of pairs that we need to split. So one pair here and another one here. So we have a couple of pairs, and we're going to split the first one by going over two, and the second one by going under two. Then over one, and an under two will split the next pair. And over two will split the second pair. And then under one. Then over two to split a pair, and under to split a pair. Then over, under two, over two. Continue this all the way to the right side, and we're going to pick up our knot tying from there. So we have come to the last pass with our yellow cord, and we will re-enter with an under, since we went over when we exited. So under one, and then all we're going to do is go over two and under two to split all the pairs. So over two will split a pair, then under two will split a pair, then over two will split a pair, and under two will split a pair. This is very simple. The last pass is usually very simple in most interweaves. So over 2, under 2, all the way to the left side. Okay, we have now gotten a very nice looking 2-pass gaucho fan knot, and we're going to finish it by placing our working end next to the standing end of the same color. So I'm going to place my working end right next to my standing end, going under 2, and this completes our second pass. So we're now going to add a third pass to our 2-pass gaucho fan knot, and we're going to follow our second color, the standing end of our second color that is, which goes over 2, under 2, all the way to the right side. So just follow the standing end of the second color. And you can see that I'm doubling up my standing end. So I have now reached the right side, and I have doubled my standing end, coming out over 2 on the right side, so I'm going to re-enter with an under 2. So under 2, and I'm now going to continue by going over 2, and then under 2. And this under 2 splits our doubled chords, or our pair you could say. And then we need to go over 3. Again, we're ignoring our color that we are interweaving. So basically this is an under 2 with the red color ignored. And continue with an over-under sequence until you reach another pair where you're again going to go under 3. Then over, under 2, then over 3, under 2, over 2, and under 3. Continue all the way to the left side. On the left side, we have exited the knot with an over 3. So we're going to re-enter with an under 2. So under 2. Then over 2 and under 3 in order to split these two chords. Then over 2 under 2, over 3, under 2, over 2, under 3, and you can already see that all we're doing is splitting pairs and keeping our sequence. Continue all the way to the right side. On the right side, we exit with an over 2, so we're going to re-enter with an under 2. So under 2, then over 2 in order to split a pair, and under 3, which again splits a pair. Then over 3, under 2, which already splits a pair, then over 3, which splits another pair, and under 3. Over 2, under 3, over 3, under 2, and so on until you reach the left side. And again we have come to the left side where we exit with an over 3, so we're going to re-enter with an under 2. So under 2, then over 3 to split a pair, and under 3 to split another pair. Then over 2, under 3 to split a pair, and over 3 to split another. Continue splitting pairs all the way to the right side. Once you have reached your right side, we exit with an over 2, so we're going to re-enter with an under 2. This already splits a pair, and we're now going to continue a simple over 3, under 3 sequence. So over 3 cords, under 3 cords. And every time we do this, we split a pair. So over 3, under 3, over 3, under 3. Continue this simple sequence all the way to the left side of the knot. So we have come to the left side of the knot, and we're going to finish the same way that we finished the previous pass. So we exit with an over 3 and then re-enter the knot right next to the standing end, going under 3. And this completes our interweave, and we can now place it onto a core and tighten it around it. So guys, I hope that this tutorial was clear enough. This is not the easiest of projects, especially for those beginning, but it is something that is quite doable if you are patient and also have the time to do it. I have done quite a few of these bracelets, and they are still quite time consuming. Not only do you need to make a proper interweave without mistakes, which is not the hardest thing, but tightening it also requires quite a bit of patience and time. But the result, in my opinion, is well worth it, and these bracelets are quite rare to find. With that said, thank you for joining me, and see ya next time.